Hello, I'm Kassidy Smith. Today I'm interviewing a veteran. Please introduce yourself.
I am Joe Curry from Littleton, New Hampshire.
Um, where were you born?
I was actually born right here in Littleton.
What kind of jobs did you have before joining the military?
For the military, I was automotive, so I worked in the car business.
Why did you join the military?
Mostly the era that I went in was right after September 11th. They also knew that I didn't want to go to college.
What branch did you join?
I enlisted at the U.S. Army September 13th of 2002.
What kind of training did you have to complete?
So for the job I did, I was in the infantry. So the infantry always goes to Georgia. So when you first start out in the infantry, you have to do 14 weeks at Fort Benning, Georgia. It's about 45 minutes from Atlanta. After that, they shipped me off to airborne school, which was 3 weeks also at Fort Benning, just in a different part of the base. So altogether, when first going in, you have about 17 weeks of training to be a paratrooper.
What's your most vivid memory of training?
I have so many, but I would say starting out, one of my earliest memories is probably when they opened the door to jump out of an airplane.
Where did you serve?
So I did my 17 weeks at Fort Benning, Georgia. They sent me off to Kentucky, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the 101st Airborne Division, and that's where I deployed to Iraq. So I did a year-long deployment from 2003 to 2004. I spent most of my time in Mosul, Iraq, before coming back to Fort Campbell, where I was sent to Washington, D.C. To do a detail with the old guard. So I worked in Arlington National Cemetery, the White House, and the Pentagon, and came home.
Is there anything you did when you were off duty?
When you're off duty in the infantry, mostly you want to sleep and relax because there's so much in training that requires running, push-ups and sit-ups, and it takes so much out of your body that when you get downtime, you just want to relax, eat good food, sleep.
What was the best part of your service experience?
Probably the discipline, understanding that, gaining an understanding that freedom isn't free.
How did service change you?
It changed me in a lot of ways, but mostly that I went in at 19 years old, and I knew I didn't want to go to college. At that time in my life, it wasn't for me. I did go to college later in life with the GI Bill, which is a great program. I would say mostly that I found who I was, and I was able to support a young family in the Army.
Is there anything you'd like to say to future generations who watch this interview?
Work hard, stay in school, but if that's not your path, then, there are alternatives. I think military is still to this day a great choice. And again, freedom isn't free.
What did you wish people knew about veterans?
Mostly, I guess that there's opportunity out there, for young people, in the military, and that we're all, people, it's important, I think, to carry on our tradition here.
Is there anything else you would like to add before we end this interview?
No, no. Hopefully, I've answered your questions well.
Thank you for your time.